I know while you're doing a YouTube search, you're looking for the 1, 2, or 3 exercises that is going to help either your hip, knee, shoulder, back pain, but really the approach is to work more holistically and to get the entire body moving. So in today's session, we're going to be using our low reformer just to get you moving in all sorts of ways. What's useful to have is a little Pilates ball, because that's going to add in a whole heap of things for core strength, stability, and balance. And then because I'm on the low one today, I'm going to be using a folded up mat at the front side because we're going to do some kneeling there. And we're also going to make use of the long box. So get all of those things together and then join me for a session. I'm going to remove my straps down so they don't make a noise in the background. And I'm starting with my headrest low, and my spring choice is going to be around about 2 1/4 springs. So whatever that is for you, it could be reds, it could be greens, it could be blues. You choose the color system that works for you, but we're not about colors, we're about the strength of the spring. Of course, Bear's going to join me now. So we're going to take a lie down onto your back. You can have sticky mat or not underneath you, doesn't matter. And we're going to place the ball between the 2 sets of knees and then just settle yourself into the middle of the carriage. You want to ensure that you do not have a load on one side, but that you're very evenly placed. So just getting into a bit of a breathing pattern. So inhale. And as you breathe out, we're going to start that tilt of the tail under, starting to roll the spine up and aiming your knees forward. And then at the top, little in-breath and exhale to come all the way down. So I find with a lot of people, we're just going to keep going for a few more of those. Many people rush through this exercise. Well, truth be told, they rush through all of the exercises. But when you can slow things down and you can start to visualize different parts of your body working, you will get a much nicer, kinder, more efficient kind of a workout. And again, that word workout, it doesn't sit well with me really, because I'm moving my body just in beautiful ways rather than coming at the approach of I'm here to sweat, burn, or lose weight, or whatever it may be. We're going to come back down on this next one, and then we're going to add on to the top. So when we press back up into the air, we're holding firm. Remember your heel support. So you're on that actual heel bone itself. You're going to start to press the carriage out and pull the carriage in. Now, the springs do a lot of the returning, but you're still focusing on keeping the pelvis raised as you do your press out and in. We've got one more time to push it back and then to pull it in, and then pause with the bed stopped and rolling your spine back towards the mat. We're going to repeat that move. So again, you roll the pelvis up, you hold your position. You should notice there's a little squeeze on the ball here, and then as you press away, that squeeze is going to get a little bit stronger between the legs. And that's because of the design of what your legs do. They naturally spiral into each other as you extend your hips. You have 2 more presses, and last one. And then coming all the way back in and then rolling yourself safely down. From here, we're just going to hold onto the little shoulder pads or the pegs behind, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then bring your feet up into the air. Ball is still between the knees, and we're going to send the knees gently over toward one way and then coming up and across and over to the other. So with this movement, you're not looking to go to your very end range. I'm more interested that the ball is being held, that the legs are going over evenly, and that your opposite shoulder is staying on the mat. As you are going from side to side, you might start to explore a bigger range. Notice what you want to do with your arms and your shoulders. So if you're starting to really pull down, maybe you've gone too far. One more time as we send it over towards the side, and then bringing yourself back in. We're going to lower the feet to the bar again, take your hips, lift them up, and put the ball back under the pelvis. Now, I still keep my head rest low for this because my hips are still higher than my heart line. If you're someone who needs extra support, then of course, raise the headrest. Why not? So we're going to bring the legs up into a tabletop shape. And then from here, let's pull the feet back towards you. So a nice flex of your ankle joint. With one leg, you're going to stretch it away over the foot bar and then bring it back in. This is going to be our preparation move before we go into our next set of exercises. And again, stretch the leg and bring it back. So when you put a ball under the pelvis, everything starts to change. There's a bit of a wobble that can happen. So you're looking to be as comfortable in this position as possible, where there's the least amount of stress through your head, shoulders, and rib cage. All right, let's make it a bit more fun, and let's bring those arms up towards the ceiling, holding steady with the arms. Can you still do the leg slide in and out? So making sure that you're not in a wobble. So if you are wobbling all over the place, a couple of things could be a problem. One, the ball is not in the right position at the back of the pelvis. Two, you could be bracing your abdominals way too much that you're already working harder than you need to. So the idea is, can you just be nice and rested? All right, let's put the toes down onto the bar, bring your arms towards your side body, and then again, we're going to press all the way out. Nice long line. Drop your heels, crack of the ankles, lift your heels, and return in. And again, stretch out, heel drop, heel lift, and coming back. So far we've worked into a little bit of movement through our spine. We call it an articulation. So we've rounded through our back into a bridge. You may have hovered your hips and not done the rounding. That's also okay. But we've started to actively work the back line of our body. So from the base of the feet up the spine towards the top of the head. We're now working into some ankle joint movement. Let's go one more time. And getting into our calves. Let's turn the heels together, little point of your knees out to the side. We're going to press out and drop those heels again. This is going to prepare us for a move coming up soon. And again, press out, drop, lift, and return. So remember with these moves here, when you're on the ball, there's more openness at the front of the pelvis. So make sure that you're not feeling shortness in the back of your lower back. One more time as we lower, lift, and then return yourself back in. Let's set the ball away from the pelvis. Bring yourself down. This is one of my favorite points where you're just like, wow, that feels so good in the back of me. You're going to place the ball between your knees, and then we're going to send the legs into the air and hold onto the back of the thighs. Elbows are going to go out wide, and you're going to maintain that shape of the elbows as you nod your head forward, look towards the ball, and then roll yourself up into your sitting position. Can you balance at the top? Calves are off the bar, but if you've got bigger calves, maybe they're touching. And then coming down with slow control, imprinting through the lower back, into the mid back, into the upper back, and head is last. We do that again. Top of the head leads the way forward. Eyes are important. They're going down towards your springs and then up in front of you. And then again, as you come through the lower back, let the eyes look forward, up, and overhead. One more time as we bring ourselves up into your balance. Breathing out would be a very good idea. All right, from here, we're going to change the spring. We're going on to just this spring setting of 1. Again, whatever that is for you. So from here, we go back onto your back. We lift the hips and we put the ball underneath the pelvis. From here, you're going to find those straps behind you. And then whether you have inner or outer loops, long or short, you pick what works best for your body. All right, so we're going to have, I always get caught up in those straps. All right, arms are up ahead in front of you towards the ceiling. Let's bring those knees back into a balanced position. So making sure you're steady on the ball, what we're going to do is lower the arms and bring one leg forward toward the bar and then bringing your arms back up. And then switch sides, reach and return it in. So you will notice very quickly if you are in an incorrect position on the ball, as you straighten one leg away, if you start to tip off to the side, then it's probably a good time to change that ball position. Reaching forward and back, and one more time reaching forward and back. From here, we're going to bring the arms down, holding the arms long, reaching the fingertips. You might want to go with knuckles closed, up to you, doesn't matter. Just keep the length through the arms and raise the legs up towards the ceiling. Let's go to the flexed foot again, and you're going to lower one leg down in the direction of the foot bar and then bringing it back up. And then the other side is going to go down and bringing it up. Now this is a challenge anyway without the ball going underneath you, but if you feel like it's too wobbly, take the ball away and just execute the same action through the legs. One more time, really long energy through your fingertips towards your feet. and up, and then last time going down, and then bringing that leg up. From here, we're going to bend the elbows, bend the knees, and then you're going to press the feet up and lengthen the arms. And fold elbows, fold knees, and press long and left. Let's go for 2 more. And on this next one, we're going to straighten the arms, straighten the legs, hold here. You're going to open and close the legs, and then bend elbows, bend knees. And again, stretch up and open and close, bend elbows, bend knees. And again, reach, one last one, open, close, bend, and bend. Let's take your feet towards the bar, and let's just lower those straps down behind you. Lift your pelvis up, take the ball away. Again, have that nice, easy moment where you feel super grounded. All right, from here, we're going to put the ball again between the knees, roll yourself up into a sit position, and then from there, let's take that ball behind the back of your shoulder area, and whoops, make sure it's in the right position, otherwise it's going to slip back behind you. And when it's in the right position, sorry, we're going to bring the feet down towards the foot plate. You're just going to allow the hands to hold the weight of your head. You should be able to arc back overhead, clearing the shoulder pads, and then bring your head and chest forward, looking in front. And then again, let's take it over and back behind you, and then bringing yourself forward and up. So I really love to do combination of mat work within reformer work, because at the end of the day, Pilates is actually based around the mat work, which was originally known as contrology. And again, stretch over and curl yourself forward. This is going to help us in our next move. So from here, we're going to reach the arms forward, and then again, curling your way up to a sitting position. Grab the ball from behind, and then roll yourself down and hang your legs over the foot bar. So you're going to slide yourself down so that your knees are just hanging off the edge and your feet are dangling towards the mat surface. We're going to take your right hand, holding the ball, onto your left thigh. Send your left arm towards the ceiling. From here, we're going to roll the head and shoulders forward, rolling the ball up the wall, or up the thigh, sorry, and then collect your head with your left hand. Twist towards the left, rolling up higher, and then back to center. And twist toward the left, and back to midline. As you're doing the twisting, it should be happening in your upper body. Your legs will be reactive. They will let you know if you're wanting to use the legs and the lower body. And our whole point is to try and keep very steady from our rib cage down as we work in our upper body and not the lower. You will feel this, just by the way. One more time as we reach up and over. Settle yourself, bring your arm back to the ceiling, and then let's lower you down. Switch left hand over to the right leg. Right arm starts up. So we're going to curve the head and shoulders forward, sliding the ball up. Place the right hand behind your head, and then the ball is going to slide a little bit more as you twist to the side and then back into center. So it's an up and an over rather than just a shortening through the side body. This is our third one. We have 2 more. Again, you may find that you want to do that little twitch with a leg or so, and really focusing on keeping you as grounded as possible. Last time, lengthen long, come back to center, and then bringing yourself all the way back down. Speaking of reactive, I have a reactive dog at the moment. So from here, we're going to roll ourselves over to the side and bring you up into a starting position here. You're going to change your spring so that you're on the equivalent of about a 1 3/4, maybe a 2 would be okay for you. And your sticky mat is useful at this point. I like to put it right at the front of the carriage, so within the first third. And then you're going to take a seat onto it facing towards the foot bar. That ball is going to come back behind you, and it's going to be not your crux to fall into, but really as a reminder to keep you nice and lifted high. If you have issues with your hips, you put, and issues means like tightness, you can put your foot bar down one level. In fact, let's all do that because it's going to take us into the next move anyway. So you're going to place your toes onto the bar, stretch yourself out. Remember to sit up nice and tall, drop your heels under, and reach back to find your shoulder pads. So in this position, we want to have a nice open chest, not a rounded shoulder shape. So if that is too intense for you, put your hands lower down and that'll give you more space. So find where you need to be. We're going to push up onto the toes, bend the knees to come back in. Press, heels drop, heels lift, and return. So you may be thinking, oh yeah, we did this just a moment ago, lying on our back. So footwork is often a preparation for lots of other moves that happen. This is known as our stomach massage. One more. And then coming back in, and then press out and hold your position. Stay up on the toes, and then circle one arm in front of you, and then the other arm in front of you. Remember that ball is there to help you stay upright. Let's go. Heel drop, heel lift, and return. And out, down, up, and in. And just 3 more like that. And if you're lucky, you'll get a cracking ankle like me. It's going quite wild at the moment too. And then one more time out, and then bringing it all the way back in. From here, we're going to change our spring so that we're on a setting of 1 spring only. And then we're going to make our way into a stand. So whenever we're going to stand onto the steady side first, the platform edge, and then onto the moving carriage. You're going to grab your ball and you're going to place it right up against the shoulder, against the foot bar, and your shin or outside edge is pushing into the bar, into the ball. So nice tall position to start. We're going to work in only 4s. This is such a great series to do 10 in a row, but we don't have time. So when you're ready, from here, you're going to go into a lunge. You push your outside leg away and then bend into the foot bar leg. So the hip is going back as you drive your carriage out long. Do whatever you want to do with your hands. They can be prayer in front. They can be hands on hips. They can be hands behind. Next one, we're going to go out and hold your position. Stay in the short squat and then pull the carriage in and push it out. And 3. And last one, 4. Hold your squat and push into the ball. 2, 3, 4. And then let's bring you all the way up. That was just a taster. It felt so good. Let's do the whole sequence again. So as you press out, you bend and lengthen into the inner thigh on, currently that's my left leg, and returning up. 3 and 4, hold your position, pull the leg in and under and press it away. Whenever we do side splits versions, you are thinking of keeping the weight evenly distributed. Let's go. Push in, 2, 3, 4, and then stand yourself all the way up. All right, we're going to go around and change to the other side. Safety says step down and on again, or if you've got a big broad surface to be on, you can always spin it around. So again, ball placement. Make sure your feet are not too wide away from each other. So I just said evenly placed or distributed. That means that I have my weight between my 2 legs evenly throughout. I'm not going to load my standing leg. I want to make sure that I have equal weight. And then hold, and then pull the carriage under and press it away. 3, and last one out. 4, hold your squat shape and push ball. 2, 3, 4, and let's stand you up. We'll do that one more round. And again, press out. So remember, as you're doing your lunge, your hip is going backward. It's not that you're traveling more towards the head of the reformer. You're focusing again, where are my 2 feet? Where is my pelvis? Hold, pull, and press. So when you're in a squat shape, you're not letting your ribs flare. You're keeping a long line through your head to tail. Push into the ball. 2, 3, 4, and then stand everything back up to the top. All right, we've got time for just one more move. So stepping yourself away, you do not need the ball for this one. And let's bring that bar down a little lower. So I'm now going on to the equivalent of about a 3/4 spring or a half a spring. You can feel what it's like for you in your setup. Place one hand onto the platform line and one heel of hand onto the edge of your carriage. From this position in a quadruped space, your knees are going to stay where they are, and you're going to push the bed frame away from you, lowering your chest down and then bringing yourself up. I'd like you to think of this as a little push-up, and you're going to lower your elbow and forearm down to find the foot bar, and then bringing yourself up. So we'll do 2 more on the side, and again, that intention, you're still doing a squat. You know, your body is hinging forward away from your hip fold. And then on the next 4, we're going to do the same motion, but you're going to turn and look in the direction of your elbow behind you. I have a little, admirer who's sitting in the sun behind me, staring at us, waiting for the camera to finish doing its job. And then one more time, twist and lean. And then coming in, and then we'll switch our sides over. So hand on the platform, hand on the carriage, and then start in the parallel shape. So just pressing away and coming back. So this is great for opening up through the side of the body, working through lengthening arm muscles, back muscles, and then finding that organized position of your shoulder to ear. So you don't want to squeeze the two together. I think this is 4. And returning up. So on our next 4, we're going to add that little head turn to the side and lifting back up again. And 3 more, because clearly I can't count. And 2. And then our final one, press and lengthen. And then coming all the way back in. From here, we're going to bring our foot bar height up to the high setting. And I'm going to leave it on that same spring choice as I now go and find my box. And as we put ourselves into box position, you'll bring the box close to the foot bar edge. Always check that you have it evenly placed so that you don't go stopping the carriage on one direction. So you're going to be having your knee folded over the front and the other knee down onto the floor. The minute you do that, your weight will go more to the edge of the box. Hand is on the bar, and we're going to go over for a nice big side stretch, and then coming all the way back in. And again, leaning out and over the top, and returning yourself back. We'll go for one more time, stretch out and over, and then bringing it all the way back in. And then let's flip around and do the same on the opposite side. So even though these sessions are not very long, you have moved almost every joint in your body. We have gone through the spinal joints, we've gone through the hips, through the knees, the ankles, the wrists even, elbows, shoulders. And that's about all that it is that we need to do, plus all the joints that are in between things like our organs, which is probably not something you're even thinking about, and that's okay. However, that is going to take us to the end of our session today. And let's see, does Bear want to come in and say hi? Of course he does. All right, it's not the normal place that we say hello and goodbye from, is it, Bear? But I hope you enjoyed your session today. We definitely love bringing you content that is useful and that you can do at home in a really quick, short amount of time, and hopefully walk out feeling light, free, and that you can attack your day however it may come at you. All right, have a wonderful day. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will see you in another series soon. Bye for now.